Let's get today's recording done. What's up, y'all? So today we're doing a bit differently. Started to be more expressive, be more open. Hello, what's good? Um, I think it's gonna be better just so I can move and like have my head sprawling itself and just giving me intel on what to do. Hope the camera sees me nice. The lighting and everything look at my face, look at my eyes, look at my skin, shit. Alright. So again, watching videos, thinking to myself, what to speak of, content. Then I found this little thing on my socials that got me thinking. So like, let's watch the video now. Like this guy on Instagram talk about how America is like, America is the bald eagle, as like its national bird, and he just gave me a bit of history about like how we've been lied to because like the sound that we hear that's supposed to be the bald eagle is not even the bald eagle, it's a hawk, and they use propaganda to like make us believe that um, the the bald eagle sounded like that and it represented their people. And I found out that some character traits of the eagle were not liked by one of the founders, Ben Franklin. He was like, no, 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 no. The bald eagle is not a good represent. Is a bad moral character because it's lazy. It doesn't even hunt its own. Doesn't even fish for its own food. I don't know how truthful is that. You know what I'm saying? Don't at me. Um, Another one. Just scrolling down again. Stupid one is also America. Shout out for the content, America. There's a lady. She just posted something on her gram. She's like, she was today years old, or she just found out that she just found the premise of Tom and Jerry. She's like, I understand Tom and Jerry because Tom is a cat and Jerry's a mouse, and cats hunt mice, and that's the premise of Tom and Jerry. She's like, yeah, I mean, duh. Got me thinking. I myself had something like that. Um, so like, I'm first of all disclaimer. I'm not a car guy. I don't quite subscribe to like car fanaticism. I'm not. I don't really. I don't really go crazy and put that much emphasis and mental effort on cars and stuff. I'm not a car guy. So I was talking with my friend a couple of days back, and he was talking about like trucks, right? Like okay, in South Africa, vans, the van and stuff. And this guy was talking about van and when he saw a van pull up and pull out, and bro was like, "Hey, so that's a single cab. That's a," and like I'm gonna be honest, I did not know that cab with regards to like vans and like trucks spoke on the amount of cabin space, meaning single cab is one cabin with the passenger and shotgun, and then double cab is passenger, no, is a passenger and shotgun, driver and shotgun, whereas double cab is driver, shotgun, and then the other additional cab, which would be a double cab for the people at the back. I did not know that. All these years, I thought that single cab and double cab were just speaking on the length of the bed, and I found out that that's what the bed that's what they call the back side, or like the open carrier side of the van, which is a bed. I did not know that too. And then got me thinking. Well, it was ridiculous out of my part because it was right in my face, right? Right on my face. But it got me thinking though. Like, we no, I mean thinking that like sometimes, man, things are not as common as they should. Things aren't as direct as people would like to believe things are. You know, we Hanchi, we expect people to know things that we expect people to know. It's like, obviously someone who has car knowledge would expect me to know what a cabin space is, but I'm not a car guy, so that knowledge is not common to a person like me, right? That is a very distinct way to put it. I'm not in that industry, so the things that are in that industry will not be important to me. Like if you come to me right now and you ask me about um, okay, I'm into sports, so there's quite a few that I know about sports. But if you ask me, it's also, yeah. Let's go to sports since we've just been we are on the back of the Olympics, right? Um, I myself, as a child, I was very much interested in Olympics. I loved what was that? Just the portrayal and the display, the exhibition of human athleticism. That's my thing. I love seeing humans being at the peak of their athleticism. I love just sports and just the human physical plateau. I love seeing humans that reach it and expand on it and just, you know what I'm saying? Humans always going for the zenith of their physical capabilities. I love that. So I watch Olympics. And only recently, I watched the Olympics since I remember being conscious of it. So since teen, not even since teen, since like toddler, 6, 7, yeah, 10 years old, I watched the Olympics. But only in the recent Olympics did I find out how they judge Olympic divers, or a part of how they judge Olympic divers was that they judge them by how they enter the water. Like, yeah, you can jump, springboard, blah, 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 do your acrobatics, you know, your gymnastics, your flips, you know, I don't know the right term, but then the thing that they judge you on is how you enter the water at the end, because they check your diving. Everything else is just, you know, flash, razzle dazzle. But the main thing is the dive. So like things uncommon to a lot of people. Common sense is not common to the common person. And I feel like as people we should always look into that when we assume the because like we assume a lot. When we assume the level of intelligence in someone, we should always think in that regard that common sense is not a common thing, because we are all taught and conditioned and layered by so many things. You know, we are all onions to some degree, and not every onion is gonna taste the same. That's a bad analogy, but we have red onions, we have green. Some onions don't even have layers. You have spring onions. That's beside the point. But the point is, we are all raised differently. We all experience life differently. We all see things differently. That's also one thing. We all analyze things differently. If I give you the color green, right? One person, I would be like, oh, it's green. But someone who works in the color industry would be like, that's blue and yellow. You know what I mean? It's just that the depth of someone's understanding will open more information to what is being discussed. And someone who doesn't have or who is not in that industry will not know the little nuances and intricacies of what's being spoken of at that point, right? I'm a perpetrator in the sense of I judge people a lot. I'm usually the perpetrator in judging people, assuming people should know something. Um, I have Sometimes I have like low patience with people because I'm like, bro, you should know that. It's basic instinct, it's basic information. But at the same time, when I don't know something, I I want people to understand that I don't know something, and it's kind of like hypocrisy. It's a very it's hypocrisy. How do I use hypocrisy as an adverb? Hypocritic. It's a very hypocritic thing to do, right? But we do it because we're humans. We often misjudge people around us. We often assume a lot of things about the people around us, and it's part of the human structure. Part of the human structure. That's it. That's it for that. Not gonna lie, guys. Not gonna lie, guys. I'm a bit stressed. I'm a bit stressed looking at my life right now, where I am. There's so many things that I would have wanted my life to that I would have wanted in my life to be done at this point in my life, but they're not. You know, I still live at home. I'm still unemployed, still single. There's still so many things that did not happen the way I wanted my life to happen. Right? So many things that people look at me and be like, "Yo, bro, you should have that was common sense at that time. You were in this and this position in your life. The common sense was to do 1, 2, and 3, right? If you are always taught how to look at opportunities, then your mind automatically taps into the opportunity, and it's hard for you to pass it by, or it's hard for you to even not notice when things are happening when they should be happening, and then you find people who aren't conditioned in the same sense, and then when something happens, they don't know how to react. I'm like that sometimes. I'm like that sometimes when there's been so many times when like I'm faced with something right here, and if I just make the right decision, my life would change. Like today, I was buying. I went to my local Pick and Pay, yada yada. Fly mommy, fly hand working there. You know, I'm gonna overthink this, so allow me to overthink. She gave me the eye type shit, and smooth. I went in, talked to her, tried to talk to her. Like I ain't got a raise chance. I don't lie to you. Try to talk to her. And like there was some moments where like you could see the opportunity to like, yo, bro, do what you gotta do and then let it slide. And I didn't do that because I am not privy to things like that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that like I'm not privy to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm grown up. I have my things. I know what I want. I know that I want to talk to you and talk and just talk. But at the same time, I'm learning too. I'm learning how to be at peace with myself. I'm learning how to um, calm myself down, motivate myself, distinguish myself from people. Um, I'm learning how to put my personality as my driving force, as my pathway. Um, I've grown up masking myself a lot, right? Masking myself just to like fit in with friends and not do this, not be that, not do this, not be that, not do this, not be that, right? Um, but like, um, and it sucks, right? Because I end up not knowing what my personality is. I end up just at any point I'm just, all right, cool. This is the part that requires this face, then that's the part that requires this face. You know what I mean? I could be so confused in a group of people when one's energy is like this, one's like that, one's like that, one's like that. And since I'm so used to matching energies and masking myself, it's like I look at you and I smile, I look at you and I frown, I look at you and I'm pumped, and it's like there's no consistency in me. There's people around me who say like, "Yo, Lone is like this." Their common sense of who I am, after being strung along by my own little um, idiosyncrasies or whatnot, has created in them a common sense for Lonel to be like this. You know what I mean? There's people who won't even know that where they are requires, or not requires, but like had they had me at that point, things would have been smoother. because they don't know that there's that part of me that exists. Because all my life, okay, not all my life, but all our interactions always been like, oh, I show you this part of me because this is the part. This part of me is the one that's not gonna be ostracized or overly scrutinized or whatever. Same as with my same as with like with my name. A lot of people in my hood, no one in my current life right now calls me Lonel. I'm the only person who calls myself Lone. Well, it's a lie. My boy Hewley, he calls me Lone. It's the only person. It's the only person. My hood, even in my hood, people know. Did I just take out my residency? Whatever. In Victoria, West people call me like Geo. That's the name that everyone knows. Geo Game. And in a way, they are used to Geo because Geo has always been a mascot, And weirdly, they have different ideas of who Geo is. Some know Geo as, some know as their common sense of who I am has been conditioned by who I mask myself to be. That th- that sometimes I feel weird when they call me by that name because it's like that's not really who I am. Because I believe that a name, okay, in my sense, I've been changing my name alias ever since grade 6, 7, 7th, 6th grade, and that's like when I was like 12, 13. I've been, no one is, I've been giving myself nicknames, changing my nicknames because I believe a name is a very powerful thing. It speaks of your personality, it speaks of your character. So I've always been changing my name to fit who I am at any part of my life. And when I discovered the name Lonel, I was like, whoa, this is the name that speaks to me, through me, and it encapsulates all that I've become as a human being. Minus the Cabello Muloko, which is like given to me by my mom, my dad, my ancestors, and all that. But, it's things like that. The common sense thing comes again. Now you can't be like, yo, I was this year, these things that you don't know. That for me is like, yo, that's actually me. So like, I remember also, it's about, like with the name thing, right? When I was in, I was in Cape Town from February, February till June, like 4 months, right? And I think like June, June, June or May, June or May, right? Somewhere there. I went out with my cousin. Went out, party, yada yada. And boys, niggas even asked me my name. So obviously, who are you? Who are you? Told them name, loan, whatever. Told them how to spell it. And then it was like the moment they asked me to explain the name and everything, I just backed it off. I I diverted the attention to someone else, right? Because I just felt as though like, you know, I'm I don't want to mask who Lone is anymore. I don't want to mask Lone now. I've masked Geo. I've masked Game. I've masked all the other names that people call me by. Stayna, KB, Ty. I've masked all those other names. That to mask Lone doesn't feel good anymore. Doesn't feel good to mask yourself and to hide your persona to give people a common sense of you instead of your sense, because we are not common. Beings aren't common, right? I'm not common. You there watching, you are not common to any degree of the word. There's no way that you can be finalized to a certain T. You can be pinpointed to a certain degree, and then that's how people describe you. People always describe you how they know you. It's like that saying, I can trust you as far as I can throw you. Right? It's the same logic. Same logic, right? That's common sense. Common sense in people, common sense in life. Um, Yeah, it sucks though. It sucks sometimes. I don't want to be a downer, right? I want to be a downer, but it sucks sometimes having um those reservations about yourself when you're not sure whether or not who you are is who you are. It's not even about fitting in anymore. Because like yeah, the fitting in thing was like teens, early 20s, whatever, early adulthood or whatever. Now it's for me. It's got for me personally. It's like at some point I'm like I don't even know who I am. I don't. I find it hard to really describe myself to someone. When someone says describe yourself, I don't know. I just look for like in my first video like sound bites. Look for sound bites and be like, yo, I am an artist. I'm a creative. I'm 28. I am Soto. I'm you know what I mean? Just little sound bites that don't really tell a story, and I find it hard to tell a story because I don't even know the story. I've just been branching out for so long that I forgot where my roots are, and that scares me sometimes. Scares me sometimes because as a man, as a human being, you need to know where you stand. You need to know where you stand, and you don't stand in common ground. You don't stand in common sense. You stand in individuality. You stand in your thing, not the common thing that people know about you, or the common thing that people have found out from you, whether or not it was a good thing or a bad thing, whether or not it was intentional or unintentional, whether or not it was coming from a place of survival or expression. You feel me? Because stand your ground, nigga. Stand your ground as a man, as a human being, as someone who regards themselves as the thing. For you to regard yourself as anything, you have to know things about yourself. You have to stand strong. Other than that, bro, just whimpering in the field, you just well, utsamaya lefatshe, utsamaya le moya, like you just being pushed and pulled by the wind and the you know by not even like by your emotions, by people at some point. You just find yourself just supporting things because people support it, loving things because people love it, hating because people hate, having unbased opinions, all in the name of common sense. And I had a convo about it with Hugh yesterday. Yesterday? No, 2 days back. I had a convo with Hugh about this, discussing like how common sense is not is not a thing even. There's no such thing as common sense. Because what is common? Common, it being common sense means that it allows for the lack of individual thought and individual criticism. Because if it's common that I'm gonna be a bit contra right now. If it's common that a species or a part of a species or like in our world a race is is inferior or normally seen or commonly known as being inferior, then it then wait yeah if things like that, things like race and political whatever get into a common space, then that's just used as ammunition to fight off anything that might have a mind that's separate or a mind that is rebellious to the status quo, right? It's like someone hit me up with that, like someone hit me with Ingevu. It's like when South Africa dropped the pass rate to 30%, right? That's to make things common. Because when you open the world of information, it's if okay, yeah. Side note, it's if I saw even on some other um post. I might be wrong, gents. Don't at me. Don't at me. The lights are on. It's not me. The lights are on. Um, it was like in the state of Oregon, America again, with the content as always, says that it's going to no longer require basic, not basic knowledge, but like language skills, reading, writing, and language skills are no longer going to be required to graduate and get a GED, yeah, something like that, because it negatively marginalizes the the colored community. Like, yeah. Side note, right? That's you will make of that however you make of it whatever you will, right? But it's like the moment you limit the access of information, the moment you limit the access of not even limit access, but you limit you take down, actually you do, because when you take down a pass rate, that means less information is required to be known in order for someone to pass, right? Logically, right? If you teach me 100% of maths and I need to pass with 100%, I need to know everything. But if you teach me 100% and say I just need to know 30%, I'm gonna just make sure I know 30%. And what you're doing with that is you are knowingly, and I know the powers that be are knowingly doing that, because when you limit someone's capacity of thought and not and capacity to engage in information and knowledge, you limit them having the 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 the, the, the not the motivation to question and go against the status quo. Common sense is only used so that common sense is only used so that outliers are limited. Because if I can limit the number of outliers who don't think the way I think, if I can put society like Animal Farm, George Orwell, or Orwell, if I can put humans, people in a controlled environment, limit them on how they think, limit them by just literally making them feel like they know enough by not. If I just congratulate you for knowing the bare minimum, or even not even the bare minimum, the lowest of information, then you won't have the capacity to think on on more compelling issues because you're illiterate. You can't think for yourself. I can easily manipulate you by making you feel as though you are part of everyone else who don't have the knowledge. Because a lot of people find it easy to be in a space where there's a lot of them. Because when you're in a space with a lot of people, your responsibility and accountability of thought can be taken away from you, or some people can even give it up. Some people will join a group just to give up the responsibility of taking decisions, right? And some are willing to do that, but in a space in a world where you are in control of everything, you are just a consumer. Little things like that come into question. Tiny things like that come into question, and those things annoy me. They always have. They always have annoyed me ever since my pubescent years and coming of age and whatnot. I always hated the mentality of people who move in groups. People who move in groups hide a whole lot in their groups. They hide their inadequacies. They hide their incompetencies. They hide so many things just because they're in a group. If we're in a group and we fly and we all and then whatever flip, we're in a group and then we move and then we cause a catastrophe. I am exempt. I am exempt from the consequences individually because it's a group thing, right? When the world burns, if and when the world burns, and we all took a collective decision to burn it, and no one individual can take accountability for that. You get what I'm saying? And that's why this not that's why it's like what the I'm not a religious person, but speaking of the religious people and their religions, I would like to believe that religion always the main advocate or the main proponent of religion was individualism, right? Because of Jesus did these things on his own, right? Of Buddha did his things on his own. I'm not. I would love to believe not Allah, uh, Muhammad. Muhammad Lena did his things on his own. He went against the beaten path, found the path, and then the path led him back to liberate people from thinking as a group, thinking without their individualism. I'm not sure about the Judeans, those niggas, and the Shinto. The Shinto only I know a few, but Shinto is very mythological. I don't think like Shinto has a personified an anthropomorphized being that actually pushed for the belief. But we know with Christianity is Jesus, so we know with Christianity is Jesus. We know with Buddhism, Taoism or Buddhism is forgot his full name, but yeah, Buddha. Gama, I forgot his name. I knew his name. Forgot his name. We know with Islam is Muhammad, the messiahs, and the messiahs only did one thing. They said, "Alright, the world is moving this way. The common sense is moving this way, right? But I don't. Something is moving me away from it, right? So do I deny my being its own expenditure, expensive, its own expansion by moving with the common knowledge? No, let me go, and I'll be and things may happen. You might be ostracized. Some might ostracize you. Some might applaud you because they're like, whoa, the bravery to move away, right? And just sculpt your own paths, build your own understanding, build your own realm of reality, and then bring it back and be like, hey guys, this. You consider this, right? And we moved away from that. Move away from that. Right? Nowadays, like people are so like we so want it's like we want to be free, but we don't want the responsibility when being free backfires on us. We want the liberty to think on our own, but but we also want the security that when I take an action that is not very good and there's pushback, I can be like, ooh, but this is our. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, common sense. Common sense is a very broad idea when you look at it. Because for any evolution, even in evolution, the same thing. Same thing. The ones who moved from the pack developed new ways to deal with the surroundings. That's it. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense done in a negative way can cause de-evolution. Common sense can cause can cause can bring with it an air of degeneracy. Can bring with it an air of lawlessness, because you know how mob justice, not even mob justice, but mob mentality, riots. People are rioting as a mob. You know, one individual says we wanna fight because someone we wanna fight for a good cause, right? And they're like, yo, we wanna shut down blah 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 for a good cause. People come in who don't share the same not common sense, who don't share the same vision. But since we are in a group, again what I said, it's easy to hide certain things in the group. Someone can have the most ill intention for you and yours, but just cause they are behind you with the picking signs and saying, acting in support. Physically they're there, but mentally they want to kill you. They want to kill you. They want to they want to bring you down. They didn't mean to say unalive in the sense of like unalive, but like they want to take away the good you are doing. It happens a lot. Or they're just being opportunistic to attack something else and put it under the guise of your actions, right? We've seen it happen countless times, bro. Countless times we've seen it happen where people are peacefully protesting for something that needs to happen, and then some people just join in because they want to cause chaos. And that's the common sense thing. It's the issue with common sense with me. It allows for a lot of fake. It allows for a lot of lying, deceit. It allows for a lot of irresponsibility. It 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 allows for a lot of treachery, treason to happen because we move as a camp. Yeah. But yeah, damn. Is that really it? I think that's about it, gents. Please like, subscribe, comment. I could really use those. And if you like my content, let me know. Keep supporting so I can have more. I don't want to say motivation because I'm motivated. I'm motivated to do this because it's helpful to me. It's releasing a lot of thoughts that I have, and it's helping me with my anxiety, and it's helping me with my just it's giving me a purpose, knowing that at least I'm expressing a part of me that's actually me. You know, I can get a job and just do what I can for a living, yeah, whatever. But there's always like I'm an artist, I'm a creative person. I have this saying that I say to myself is like I'm a creature that was created to create. So help me by like, subscribing, commenting, so I can further living up, so I can further live up to my purpose as a creature that was created to create. That's me again. No now. Peace. Yeah.